If Boko Haram come Port Harcourt, you know say my business na to kill them. I did Zamfara, they killed them. I did Plateau, they killed them. I did Niger, they killed them. If them come Port Harcourt, my business na to kill them. This thing I'm telling you is raw. This one is raw. I'm not like those people who do this, that, apologetic. I'm a Muslim. If you come fight me, I go kill you. If you come fight me because I be Muslim, I'll kill you. That one. No compromise. But I will not.
You're under attack. You're under attack. As you can see, this is Mango FOB. DSS Mango FOB. You're under attack. You're under attack. As you can see, our soldiers, you're under attack. Right now, we're under. Hey, come on, Brenda. Wana! Oh, Wala! Oh, Wala! As you can see, we are under attack. Attack now.
When it comes to Fulani issues, the security of this nation, they turn their face away. But when it comes to us, with their 2 eyes, with their whole ammunition, tanks, they will invade our village.
The environment provide them with the money and the resources to carry out the activities without without blinking their eyes. You don't want to hear this naked truth. Okay, don't hear it. Don't hear it. Ijaw people are already angry that this is the worst government. This government is against Ijaw people, and you want to add fire to petrol? You want to add petrol to fire? This is the worst government. That's the feeling of the Ijaw people. If nobody is telling you, as a friend, I will tell you, Ijaw people feel this is the worst government for them. This is a nightmare for them. And when we were voting, when we were campaigning for you, a lot of Ijaw people called me, President, you don't know Tinubu? You know everything about Tinubu? Tinubu is your friend, no? We hope he's not going to look the other way. And I assured everybody, I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible. And today, the people are asking me, are you still on that if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible? River State is a litmus test. If there is going to be any fire, it will start in River State. I cannot stop them. I, as an individual, I cannot stop them. I cannot even stand on their way because they will shove me aside. Let me tell you, nobody, if anybody is giving you assurance that he can stand in the gap,
the Kwikwi of the Serap, Jedara Sabuja, the dirty water. I say, make I come out with my boys, go pay homage to some elders, some chief, some brothers, some local government chairman, excellency, some leaders. Now our duty to do it in security. Everybody secure your community, secure your street, secure your state, secure the nation. The chief of army staff tell us what to say. Everybody do it to secure yourself. Director of DSS, the same thing he tell us. Security no be for one man, now for all of us. Bandit don't plenty everywhere. Kidnapper, robbery, stealing, so many dirty works. I beg, security is important. Now I make with the beg government to help us, to support us, to give us that strength. You know they easy. You know they easy. The two what I say, it never involved. Go verified. Robbery, stealing, kidnapping, raping. For my life, history. Verify from anybody. Division police. So anything security, if they draw me like epilepsy, like akoko. Igbo people, we know what you call akoko. You know what you call epilepsy. Now so security, they draw me. I too love them, I too like them. I beg. This country in our country, if we scatter and where would the wrong go? If we destroy and where would the wrong go? I too love Nigeria. They bury my placenta for Nigeria. My next word na the same Nigeria. On our way one go, Bodo, you will make on a go. On our way one go, US, Canada, UK, this one, where they bury on a placenta, they make on a go. This country, a country where God bless so much with all mineral resources. Problem where we get now, our leaders make on a help us. Honorable member make on a help us. Politicians make on a help us. Leaders make on a help us. Thank you very much.
Or this struggle to impose themselves on the another region might be what have actually triggered them to take over or begin to push on how they are going to take over the entire river state. But what we saw clearly there was a total resistance from the Asawama boys, accredited to former Niger Delta militant leader, warlord. Let me just use that word. But the person that is actually playing a significant role there is General Asabuja, who is still pledging loyalty to former militant leader, warlord. Asari Dokubo. So Asari Dokubo himself at this point in time, I can only kind of dish out instructions or make a video or do some kind of coordination and all that, instructions and all that. But you see, the fact is that these guys we are coming in through River State to River State through the sea. So maybe they will not be able to master the terrain very well. They have their own speedboats too. So they were coming in from the sea when that clash actually happened. And you can see some of the video will watch, you see Fulani herdsmen trying to escape, running inside water, where the gunshot was just, coming and coming and coming and coming. But from a reliable source, Asari Dokubo was not in the field. Who saw their coordinating that attack was General, Asaboja, who happens to be from Ikwere, Port Harcourt, precisely. Like we always say, he might have a certain presence in Port Harcourt. Asari Dokubo does not stay in Port Harcourt. Asari Dokubo is an Ijaw man, and that is the fact. And if you look at the composure and the comportment of this General Asaboja, it looks like it's well coordinated, and he's the one that came out and told you that River State is Igbo land, and you cannot enter Igbo land. He went as far as saying that imagine if General Oba that was killed by a militant, Boko Haram or Fulani military or jihadists or ISWAP, whatever they may call them, happened in the eastern part of the country, Alibo precisely, of course, the entire community within that space would have come to an end. The whole building there would have been demolished. And it's time to pass a certain signal. Please stay away from Biafran land, and that's the message. That's the clear message that General Asamuda, especially River State, stay away, stay away. And if you look at what they are saying, the structure that is advancing the jihadists, have this fear that if they enter Biafran land, any state in Biafran land, be it south, south, or southeast, they are not going to come out alive. And what we saw that happened that day, it was a signal to all of them who are already working to see how they are going to infiltrate, the Biafran land, the eastern part of the main eastern bloc. There might be some kind of, guerrilla attack and all that, but for you to stand out and start say you are actually engaging this set of people, in a conventional or warfare, bros, I tell you in honest truth, no one will be spared at the end of the day. No matter how sophisticated they are, they cannot. You see, that terrain has always been difficult for anybody to, navigate. Talk less of ragtag jihadists who does not even understand some of the principles of warfare and coordination at the end of the day. So it tells you that Asari Dokubo, have sent a strong message to them out there, telling them clearly that these are no go, area, and I think to a certain point, none of them actually, escape from that.
With the infiltration of the Fulani bandits now in the south now, that simply means that this no southeast is not safe as well, because the boundary between south and the south is almost the same. So now, do you think that the people of the southeast should not lose their sleep?
No, you see, they fear that the most radicalized tribe in Nigeria are the Igbos. The most, I don't know how, I don't know the adjective. See, no, it's not a matter of a lot. It's not a matter of a lot, No, in Igbo land, they only have a Obidozo. You understand? You can see an average Igbo man, gentleman in Canada, but he's very dangerous when it comes to action, especially when he makes us up in his mind, to go after anything. Igbos are more as dangerous 100 times than the Fulani military when they decide to do anything. And I'm telling you, and nobody will stop them. When they start, they are not going back. And that's the fear. And another thing that seems to be overwhelming, an Igbo man is his exploits all over Nigeria. His investments all over Nigeria. Igbos is the most is the sixth richest tribe in Africa, the fourth most traveled tribe in the world. So imagine the kind of investment they have at the end of the day. But when it comes to facing reality,
Mr. Michael, do you think the Asawana boys, the Asari Dokubo security forces, have what it takes to defeat this Fulani bandit in the south, and also the people in the southeast? Do you think the people in the southeast have what it takes to defeat Fulani bandits in the southeast as well?
Let me tell you, Mr. Casey. Yes, with federal government support for the whatever they believe in South, empowering military, encouraging militancy, and all that, and support. The Southeast does not get that kind of support. So if Southeast are going to get to that kind of support, we'll be more sophisticated and advanced in terms of operations more than any group at all in Nigeria. But I can tell you that the Eastern Bloc is safe today is as a result of ESN. Eastern Security Network.
Now, with the massive defeat that the band is encountered by the Asawana boys, don't you think there is no point of the natural community again? Maybe the federal government should employ the service of Asari the poor boys to go over to the north and defeat the bandits, since they have the capacity to defeat them in Port Harcourt, River State.
They are just testing the waters. You cannot use what happened as a measurement to determine. You understand? To determine whether they are going to come back, or they are going to reinforce, or that they can always come and be defeated. Because they have tested the waters now. Maybe another they can decide to change formation and come from another angle, unexpected. So, but the fact is that they are already there within the space, or until when they intend to carry out their action. But let me tell you, at this point in time, there's no amount of conventional warfare. See, this is not a matter of shoot me, I shoot you now. America does not fight shoot me, I shoot you war.
Well, maybe we should give some credit to the Asawana boys because Fulani Bañdit tried to penetrate the heart of their state, and Asawana boys defeated them. Now they try to get access into Port Harcourt River State, and the Asawana boys as well also give them massive defeat. What to say that Fulani, but they've tried and succeeded in Enugu State, they succeeded in Anambra State, and they succeeded parting Abia State, but they couldn't able to make they were able to record any success in any South state. Don't you think the Asamoah boys are trying to
they have never recorded any success so far, apart from guerrilla attacks. We have seen a lot of guerrilla attacks in Delta State, and the only state that has not been linked is because of the geographical location of that state. And that is why it is being reported that they actually came through the sea. You understand? So, because of the location of where Port Harcourt River State is, they might be finding it very difficult to navigate, those troublesome waters, those terrain and all that. But we have recorded so many times, in Delta State where they carried out in Edo State. Look at Edo State too. You understand? But they cannot be as significant what we see in the core north and the middle belt. Do you know why? The presence of Eastern Security Network. Yes, the government themselves try to kill it. The Eastern politicians, the Eastern governors try to make sure that it does not survive. So, but look at the Niger Delta militants coming out body to tell you that, what they are doing, if they do it in the eastern part of the country, the entire military structure will descend on the eastern part of the and make sure that every building within that area. But they cannot do it in Niger Delta. And they are asking why. What has an Igbo man done?
All right, before reaching us now, Mr. Chinedu, you also said that they suffer another massive defeat in Bayelsa State. So the Fulani Bañdit, maybe they really prepared to penetrate the hearts of the South. But the Asawana boys is also prepared and get ready for them. Now, another news just coming in now that they suffer another massive defeat in Bayelsa State. Let me have your review on that.
Let me tell you, about 2 years ago, they made that threat. By the time they are done with Middle Belt, they are hitting Enugu State. By the time they are done with Enugu State, they are coming to River State. And they said that at every point in time, they collect a specific amount of money to be able to infiltrate and conquer one particular state. So, and you know how strategic Delta and River State is to the Fulani Caliphate, because that is where their eye is, that crude oil. So anything that will make them destabilize River State and Bayelsa State, they have succeeded in having absolute control of the indigenous people and the resources of that place. So that is why they are pushing towards Bayelsa and other. But you can see also that the presence of these militants, especially larger data Avengers, in that terrain, is a clear signal that anything that enters there unauthorized can never survive, and that is why they suffered the second defeat. It was very big. It was alarming in Bayelsa State, where Niger Delta Avengers actually took control and made sure not even one pin there. All of them were totally disallowed. And they are telling you that before you don't understand what is going on, there's going to be a coalition, a security coalition, a militant coalition between the South and the ESN. And that squad, when they advance to the Middle Belt, that the Fulanis will not have anywhere to stand in Nigeria to project or to infiltrate and start killing innocent souls in Nigeria anymore.
All right, Mr. Chinedu, I think it's a wonderful place to live in. Thank you for speaking with us, but I will not let you go. Let me also ask you this. It is reported that by tomorrow that Kanu will appear in court tomorrow because after the case that Justice Omotoso sentenced him to life imprisonment, you see, I have 90 days window for you to appeal the case. So by tomorrow, you're likely going to appear in court. What do you think will be the outcome of the case tomorrow?
No, I think the government are trying to deny exactly why they want to Kanu to appear to carry out some level of production record in terms of his appeal process and filing. Let me just put it that way. But that is not the main issue. You know, the Sokoto prison, came under serious attack. Another fresh attack. Let me just put it that way. Another fresh attack. And there is fear that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might be a victim of this continuous attack that is just a few kilometers away from where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being held up in Sokoto prison.
And they say such has never happened at all in that very prison. Could it be that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that such attack and that very prison is under this heavy attack? Could it be because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there or something else might be behind it?
There's possibility, that the federal government is jittery now, and they are looking for a way now to see how they are going to relocate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And because on a very good source, that attack. Just imagine in less than a week, we have seen an advancement of attacks from military bandits or whatever, and from definitely that this understanding that one prominent man, one significant figure, called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto prison. The military, the jihadists are also aware. The Fulani military are aware. The Fulani politicians are aware. The northern political class are aware that somebody called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Sokoto prison. Yes, a lot of people are saying that he has converted a lot of people there to, IPOB followers. And you can see the report coming from the prison warder, that every morning everybody gathers to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It might ignite, some religious misconception, and they can decide to push for Sokoto jailbreak, and if anything happens, it will be very unfortunate in that regard. So the federal government now, through the court, said that he should be rescued from Sokoto prison back to Lagos, and this is supposed to happen today, tomorrow. So we don't know what the development is all about. Why the court refused to grant orders to allow the Sokoto prison administration carry out a particular task that will allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu fly from Sokoto to Abuja to attend to his
also appeal. In the Senate House, Adamo Shomole really angry with Justice James Omotosho on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that what kind of a judge is Justice James Omotosho, according to the word used by Adamo Shomole. And the Senate President also, they are not in good time. They are not really happy with Justice Omotosho based on that very judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
The whole world wept for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's unfortunate conviction. It's not only in Nigeria. Everywhere went mourn. Everybody was mourning. But unfortunately, we saw the highest lawlessness in Nigeria's judicial system, the highest in the history of judicial jurisdiction. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not convicted based on what was written in the Nigerian Constitution. Now we are asking, was it a kind of doctrine of necessity? Where and how? And that's what the ICC, the International Criminal Court, is talking about. So where did you get the law? Of which jurisdiction did you stand as a legal a practitioner, and of course the unchief judge of the Federal High Court, to make that kind of pronouncement? Up till now, the federal government have not answered that question. Omotosho have not answered that question. The presiding judge have not answered that question. Showing that, most of the politicians, even those who do not like Nnamdi Kanu, are beginning to see, no, this is not correct. And what most of the things Nnamdi Kanu stood for over the years are gradually, happening in our very eyes. He told the Yorubas, the Yoruba people didn't understand. He tried to ignite the consciousness of the Hausas to understand their plight in a region highly dominated by comfort Fulanis. So that's reawakening, and that consciousness, has gradually started coming into the consciousness of the Hausa. You can see most Hausa boys started reacting. They're asking questions now. How come they have 16 million Fulanis, for instance, controlling over 60 million people in the north? So unless the West themselves, the Yorubas themselves, they don't want to tell themselves the truth. Are they feeling the impact of Martin Nnamdi Kanu prophecies 7 years ago? So if you look at it, and this thing has come to a point that we have begun to see a well-tailored, sponsored, instigated Fulani judiciary in Nigeria, and their judgment is based on Sharia law, not based on secular law that guides the Nigerian constitution. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was actually convicted based on Sharia law that was hidden under a secular law that controlled the Nigerian constitutional system. So that is actually what has people have begun to study. Say, how can you give a man that has killed over 20,000 people just 20 years, and a man that has no gun, and when has wars? You see, the whites has a way of interpreting their things. I know a black man have a mental slavery problem, but the white man tells you that when wars become violent, when the wars become violent, we saw Tunde Bakare telling Jonathan that he should go to bed and he will not wake up again. Heaven did not fall. We saw Buhari threaten the entire federal structure during Jonathan, that the blood of baboon and whatever around that will flow at the end of the day. Heaven did not fall. So the problem is that the Fulani oligarchy, political class, in synergy, in collabo with the Arab Fulani DNA in Southwest, are the ones who are taking decisions on how to resist Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from continuous exposing the hidden agenda that is going on in Nigeria. And now that this thing has come to the National Assembly, you can see how the senators were reacting. And everybody was just angry. How did we get to a point that the judiciary themselves are now becoming terrorists? They say it's the hope of the common man. But we are seeing it very clearly now that they are the most lawless institution, an agent of rigging judicial processes, judgments, pronouncements, justice. All they do is to rig it to the favor of whoever they want to please at the end of the day. And that is what actually angered Osomole, that this is clearly an ordered injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I think, and that's why they are saying that at the end of the day, it looks like APC is going to adopt P2B because Bola Ahmed Tinubu has lost national and international image. And the fear that APC might not want to lose the presidency to the North. So they are thinking of adopting Obi at the end of the day. These are the challenges, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu conviction has totally exposed Nigeria in all ramifications. They cannot be able to manage it anymore. And so at that level now, they are thinking of the world, whether it was a mistake for them to send it to Sokoto, which is a very horrible and center of jihad attacks. They are saying, okay, come and face appeal. They want to relocate him back to Lagos now. But let us see how that thing actually plays out. But I can tell you, the entire National Assembly has condemned Omotoso and Bola Ahmed Tinubu on what transpired on 28th November 2025.